Just say yes or no. Haney,
Yes.
Lomachenko,
Yes.
Teofimo,
Yes.
Shakur.
Yeah. As a whole, like it'll be different. Like fighting, it'll be more so like coming to get them.
You would approach it differently.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest about that sparring with me and him, it was like good work. It was like good work. Me and him, two smart fighters. I ain't gonna say. I felt like if it was a fight, I won, but it was good work. Like it was somebody. He made me think. I made him think.
At 135 now, I think the fight, especially this is if Haney moves up, I think the fight is going to be Gervonta versus Shakur. The power puncher versus the elite defender.
That fight has to happen at some point. Listen, Shakur has to fight literally all of these guys, and I think he will at some point. But
Fresh off his hard-fought victory over Edwin de los Santos, Shakur Stevenson has set his sights on the next challenge in his path, Gervonta Tank Davis. The two undefeated fighters have been exchanging barbs for years, and their rivalry has only intensified in recent months. Stevenson is confident that he has the skills and the heart to defeat Davis and become the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Stevenson's victory over De Los Santos was a dominant display of his defensive prowess and counterpunching ability. He controlled the fight from start to finish, never giving De Los Santos a chance to get into rhythm. Stevenson's performance was a clear message to Davis that he is ready for the biggest fight of his career. Davis, for his part, has not shied away from the challenge. He has been calling out Stevenson for years, and he is eager to finally get his chance to settle their rivalry in the ring. Davis is a powerful puncher with a knockout rate of over 90%, and he believes that he can end Stevenson's undefeated streak. Shakur Stevenson has never been one to shy away from expressing his opinions, and he recently took aim at his rival Gervonta Tank Davis in a series of scathing remarks. Stevenson's comments have further fueled the intense rivalry between the two undefeated fighters, adding another layer of intrigue to their highly anticipated showdown. In a recent interview, Stevenson dismissed Davis's punching power, claiming that it is overstated and that he has never faced a fighter with his level of skill. He also questioned Davis's heart and mental toughness, suggesting that he would crumble under pressure in a big fight. Stevenson's comments were not taken lightly by Davis, who responded with his own insults and accusations. He accused Stevenson of being afraid to fight him and of being jealous of his success. He also claimed that Stevenson was nothing more than a hype job, and that he would easily defeat him in the ring. Stevenson's provocative comments are a clear indication of his desire to get under Davis's skin and gain a psychological edge in the fight. He knows that by getting Davis reeled up, he can potentially throw him off his game and make him more susceptible to mistakes. Shakur Stevenson, the Olympic gold medalist and former two-division world champion, showcased his exceptional skills in a recent victory against Edwin de los Santos. With a masterful performance, he displayed trademark defensive prowess and elite hand speed, dismantling his opponent with apparent ease. This victory further solidified Stevenson's standing as one of the top pound-for-pound fighters globally and fueled his ambition to face Gervonta Davis. However, the reality of Stevenson's recent bout against Edwin de los Santos fell short of the anticipated excitement. Fans had high expectations for a thrilling display of skill and action, but unfortunately, the match has been criticized as one of the more lackluster matchups of the century. Despite Stevenson's reputation for technical prowess and strategic approach, he appeared to face challenges engaging with de los Santos in a way that captured the audience's attention. The palpable disappointment among spectators stemmed from the unfulfilled hope for a showcase of Stevenson's renowned boxing fin. Instead, the bout unfolded with a noticeable lack of intensity, leaving viewers longing for the dynamic and captivating performances they typically associate with top-tier fighters. The bout commenced with a cautious opening round, despite De Los Santos's attempts to set an aggressive tone. While the Dominican fighter came out swinging, Stevenson's elite defensive skills proved effective as he skillfully nullified De Los Santos's early assaults by strategically holding him. This defensive mastery set the stage for the entire fight. The second round unfolded quietly, with De Los Santos struggling to connect with clean punches. The crowd's disappointment grew evident, marked by a few boos as this lack of action persisted into the third round. Stevenson, while impressively elusive, opted not to launch a significant offensive, content with slightly outlanding De Los Santos. American strategy involved winning rounds without overcommitting, mindful of potential counterpunches. Approaching the midpoint of the fight, Stevenson seemed to have a comfortable lead, although the crowd's disapproval became more audible. De Los Santos found it challenging to trouble his opponent as the second half began. Stevenson appeared content to outbox his Dominican counterpart at a deliberate pace, securing rounds while maintaining control. In the eighth round, there were brief moments when De Los Santos unleashed quick combinations. However, Stevenson adeptly neutralized each attempt, showcasing his defensive prowess and never giving De Los Santos an opportunity to pose a genuine threat. As the fight unfolded, Stevenson's calculated approach and defensive skills remained unyielding, frustrating De Los Santos's attempts to gain momentum. The crowd's discontent lingered, reflecting a desire for more action. Nonetheless, Stevenson's strategic command of the ring ensured that he maintained control and avoided any significant challenges throughout the match. In the concluding rounds, the pattern of the fight persisted, with SHAKUR Stevenson seemingly securing victory almost exclusively through his jab. Despite being declared the winner by unanimous decision, the arena echoed with loud boos, underscoring the disappointment among fans. Stevenson acknowledged his subpar performance in a post-fight interview, admitting, "I had a bad performance, I wasn't feeling too good, no excuses. If I'm feeling like this, I'm gonna make sure I box and get a victory." Criticism poured in from disillusioned fans, with one expressing, "This is a really tough watch." Another voiced, "Nothing happening at all. One of the worst fights I've ever seen." While a third remarked, "This fight is not worth watching. I appreciate the boxing IQ both have, but SHAKUR and De Los Santos are too afraid to fight." However, amidst the negativity, some recognized Stevenson's defensive prowess, with a fan noting, "Listen, this fight is boring, but if there's one thing you can take away from this, it's that SHAKUR is the best defensive boxer in the world." The discontent among fans extended to doubts about Stevenson's readiness for a bout against Gervonta Davis. Comments surfaced, such as, "SHAKUR not ready for tank," and another fan speculating, "Gervonta Davis is somewhere smiling watching this SHAKUR fight." In response to the criticisms and doubts surrounding his abilities, SHAKUR Stevenson has decided to call out Gervonta Davis. Acknowledging the need for a leap from being a good fighter to a great one, Stevenson recognizes that to achieve greatness, he must face the best in his category. The long-standing desire for a matchup with Davis, dating back almost 5 years, suggests a determination on Stevenson's part to silence critics and prove himself against one of the most formidable opponents in the boxing world. The animosity between SHAKUR Stevenson and Gervonta Davis has deep roots, fueled by personal clashes, differing personalities, and competitive ambition. This rivalry emerged publicly in 2018 when Stevenson criticized Davis's decision to move up in weight, leading to a series of verbal exchanges where each questioned the other's fighting style and courage to face one another. The rivalry between SHAKUR Stevenson and Gervonta Davis reached new heights in 2021 when Stevenson was slated to face Davis's close friend and teammate, Mario Barrios. Davis actively participated in promoting the bout, engaging in social media exchanges with Stevenson. Although Stevenson emerged victorious against Barrios, the rivalry continued to simmer, setting the stage for further contention. In 2022, the spotlight on Davis and Stevenson intensified with their joint appearance in a Showtime sports documentary titled All Access. This documentary brought their rivalry to the forefront, capturing the essence of their animosity and public disdain for each other. Their personal conflicts, differing personalities, and competitive ambitions were laid bare, elevating their rivalry to one of the most captivating storylines in contemporary boxing. Shakur Stevenson remains steadfast in his belief that a clash with Gervonta Davis is inevitable and envisions it as the biggest fight in boxing when it finally materializes. He expresses such confidence that he's willing to stay in the lightweight division, patiently awaiting the much-anticipated showdown. However, the road to this potential encounter appears uncertain given Davis's history of avoiding challenging fights throughout his career. Stevenson's optimism about facing Davis contrasts with skepticism from observers who highlight Davis's tendency to opt for less challenging opponents. The promotional influence of Floyd Mayweather Jr., who promotes Gervonta Davis, adds another layer of complexity to the matchmaking process. Mayweather's strategic approach to Davis's career has generally steered clear of high-risk bouts. The cautionary tale of Vasily Lomachenko serves as a stark example. Lomachenko has tirelessly pursued a fight with Gervonta Davis for 5 years, beginning in 2018, without success. The uncertainty surrounding Davis's willingness to engage in high-stakes matchups raises questions about the feasibility of a showdown with Stevenson. While Shakur Stevenson remains optimistic about the future, the unpredictability of boxing dynamics, promotional considerations, and Davis's historic matchmaking choices create an air of uncertainty around the realization of this highly anticipated clash. Only time will tell whether Stevenson's patience and optimism will be rewarded with the blockbuster showdown he envisions against Gervonta Davis. A lot of people said that Gervonta now is far stronger than Shakur, and Shakur has literally zero chance of success against Gervonta. In fact, Davis is known for his explosive knockout power, while Shakur Stevenson showcases exceptional technical prowess and strategic intelligence. Their potential matchup adds an exciting dimension to the boxing landscape. Gervonta Davis's ability to end fights with a single devastating punch is a notable advantage, and his experience at the top level of the sport provides him with valuable insights. On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson's boxing finesse and tactical approach make him a formidable opponent. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments about whether you believe Gervonta Davis is better than Shakur Stevenson, or vice versa. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to stay updated with the latest in the world of boxing.